Switch to Shopify and sell smarter at every stage of your business. Take full control of your brand with your own custom store.
In this video, I'm going to show you build moves that you need to succeed in competitive. If you don't know these already, I definitely recommend grinding out creative until you can do these consistently. If you've been liking the content, please consider checking out the merch link in the description. And without further ado, let's hop into it. So the first move that I recommend everybody learn is the generic high ground retake that almost everybody uses. Let's say somebody's camping above you. The way almost everybody will build up on them is like this. And the reason is, it blocks all of your angles. It blocks behind you, your right. You can choose to block your left if that's the angle that the enemy's on. Blocks all of your angles and gives you tons of options on where to go next. You can go out the side here and do it again. You can flip the ramp and do it again. You can edit through the front and do it again. It blocks all of your angles, gives you a ton of options on where to go next, so it's pretty much the perfect retake to learn. So first, just practice doing it like normal, where you place the ramp, then walls, then ramp. And then practice doing the ramp flips, and you can literally do this on repeat. Just do the walls and then the ramp, jump, edit the ramp while you're jumping. The second move that I recommend everybody learn is how to use high walls. So the first way that is super useful is, let's say you're ramping up and there's an opponent ramping up this way, but they're above you. What I do every single time in this situation is swing high walls that completely blocks their angle and jump up onto ramps, and that'll get me over top of them potentially, and if not, I can just do it again and again until I'm finally over top of them, and then I take the advantage in the fight. Another way that I use these frontside high walls is like this. Sometimes I'll just go like this once. Okay, well, I'm trash. Sometimes I'll just go like this once, and then I edit through this wall, and sometimes that's all you need to do to get over top of them. So you can feel out the situation and then make your play based on, where the enemy is. Another form of a high wall that I think everybody should know is how
The Ferrero Rocher chocolate bar. Crunchy hazelnuts, smooth chocolate. Ferrero Rocher.
In this video, I'm going to teach you the basics of how to build in Fortnite, but I've done this a few times on my channel before. The difference is, today I'm bringing you a how to build practice map. In this map, there's a free build room where you can learn all these moves in slow motion and then practice it against bots as you go up higher in the air. But what makes this map special is there's challenge rooms. So every single build move I teach you in this video, there's going to be a practice room for that move where you can challenge yourself on different difficulties until you have it fully mastered. Timestamps are down below if you want to skip around. We're starting with how to ramp rush. Ramp rushing is probably the most basic move you're going to learn in the game. It's just simply placing a ramp and then a wall. This is when you're pushing up towards an enemy in the fight. You got to place that wall behind to strengthen your builds. If he tries to spray you out, he's going to have to spray through 2 builds. If you want to make it a little bit stronger, you can practice placing a floor at the bottom. So you place the floor before the wall. While learning these builds, you can practice on slow mode and then work your way up to the faster options. The last thing I want you to practice with ramp rushing is placing the walls behind the builds, but let's say the enemy was up an extra layer from you. In this situation, if you kept ramping up, you would probably get shot by the enemy. So instead, you place walls above you, jump on a ramp, and then extend ramps this way. So what it looks like is walls and then jump and ramp. This just gets you up an extra layer and gets you over the enemy if they were 1 layer above you. If they were multiple layers above you, you may have to place more walls up and then jump on a ramp and then another ramp. But start out by just practicing with the walls like this. And once you have those moves down, you can move over to the ramp pushing drill. In this drill, this enemy is going to shoot at you. So if he's way up there, you're going to have to build these walls just like we just talked about to get over top of him. So based on where the enemy is, you have to do different moves. The enemy's here, you can just ramp over top of him. And try to set up good peaks while you're doing it, just like that. But in this situation, once again, you're gonna have to place the walls, otherwise you're gonna get hit, just like that happened to me. So that's the idea with ramp rushing. You can turn it on to fast mode and the enemy will hit you sooner if you expose yourself. The next move we're gonna work on is editing upwards. So you wanna start by placing a ramp and then a cone on top, and then you edit through the cone. Ramp, cone, edit. Ramp, cone, edit. Once you have this down, you can move on to a double edit where you place a cone and a floor, and then double edit through. Practice going different directions, trying to get a variety of different forms of edits down, and once you can do this, we can move on to triple edits. But once again, you can start out on slow mode and work your way up. For a triple edit, once you get through the double edit, you place a wall and edit through. I like to strafe back and forth, going from right side to left side. It gives you a little bit extra time to complete the triple edit, versus if you were just running straight forward, it's kind of hard to keep up. You have to go so much faster. But by strafing, it gives you a little bit extra time to complete the full triple edit. But triple edits are a bit hard to do. Once you have a single and double edit down, you can move over to the editing up drill. In this drill, there's a green barrier and it chases you as you go up. And there's different difficulties. It'll change the speed of the barrier. So you can practice editing up and see how the barrier chases after me. If I fall behind, it teleports you back to the start. Every time you complete it, this number goes up, so try to get it as many times in a row as possible. And once you go to all the way to hard mode, it basically moves as fast as you go, so it's pretty tough. See if you can get all the way to the hard speed, and then you'll have it 100% mastered. The next move you can practice is doing edit downs. There's lots of different ways to do double edit downs, but what I would want you to practice at first is double editing through a floor and cone, placing a ramp, and flipping that ramp. It's definitely a lot harder than editing up, but this is probably one of the easier versions of doing it. You could also do a double edit through a floor and cone and place walls and a cone to layer down. But the reason it's good to be able to edit down is because a lot of times in a fight, you might get a floor and cone over the enemy, and then they're going to be right there, and you can double edit down and piece control them. So being able to do this consistently as you go down is a really good skill to have. Once you feel like you have that down at a decent level, you can move into the edit down drill. And it's just like the last one. There's a barrier that chases you, and you just want to practice editing down and try to be faster than that barrier. Try to do a variety of different edit downs. For example, you can do it with ramps. And I know this is like really advanced what I'm showing on screen, but just practice the simplest forms at first, like I showed you earlier, and practice it on slow mode in the free build section. Next up, we're going to get into 90s. Let's start in the free build section. The way 90s work is you place a ramp, and then wall, and then walls to the side, a layer up, and then jump on a ramp. And I like to add a floor as well, so I look down before I place the ramp, and I place a floor and then ramp. So it looks like this. Walls, floor, ramp. Walls, floor, ramp. The goal of a 90 is to try to land as high up on the ramp as possible when you're turning, because that'll get you to high ground faster. So for example, I don't want to like be way down here when I land on the ramp. I want to try to land up here, so then I can immediately go into the next jump. You see? Something you might struggle with is you might end up going underneath your ramp just like that. It's important to be on the left side of this ramp when going up, turn and place the walls, and then jump up. If you're on the right side of this and you try to do it, you're going to land under. Try to get this down consistently, and then there's one extra trick you need to add on to your 90s, and that is the ability to do an infinite 90. So after doing 2 90s, you may notice you're starting to get jump fatigue and you can't really move as fast. So the key is, after doing 2 90s, you want to be all the way on the left of this ramp and then look down, place floor, ramp. You see that? You don't jump on the third one. That'll give you time to regenerate your jumping ability, and then you can do infinite 90s. Typically in a fight, you're not going to do too many 90s in a row. It's more so like, let's say you're on high ground and the enemy is building up to you and you want to just get up 2 extra layers real quick so you can like spray down at them. You would just do 2 90s really quick and then start spraying them down or something. 90s are good for holding high ground, but if the enemy's already above you, doing a 90 is not a good idea because look, my top is fully visible. They'll just look down and spray at you while you're 90ing. But once you get the idea of 90s down, head over to the drill, and just like the last one, there's a barrier that follows you up. You want to try to 90 faster than the barrier chases you. If you fall off to the side, it's going to restart you at the beginning. Next up on this list is how to side jump. You could just go straight into the drill, but I'll just show you in the free build section real quick. So basically, a side jump is basically when you want to get around this cone, or maybe there's a floor there. You want to side jump around it and land on a floor. But you want to do a little bit more than just land on a floor, because what if the enemy's right there? They're going to have a free shot on me. So what I want you to practice is side jump around the cone and place a wall and then a floor. Once you get this down, head on over to the drill. And in the drill, there's going to be a floor here. But basically what you want to do is ramp cone, place this wall, and then there's the orb there, and you take a peek shot on the orb. If you want to take it a step further, you could also piece control around the orb by getting those back walls. But what I want you to focus on is placing the wall and landing on a floor, and then setting up a peek shot. The next move we're going to learn is your first high ground retake, and this is probably the most important retake in the game.
I can't believe Sarah's a mom now. I finally got to meet her perfect baby.
This is what it looks like in full speed. Now, why is this retake so important? Look how protected it is. It protects your top, your sides, your front, and you can choose to block either your left, if you know the enemy's over there, or your right. This retake is used by a ton of pros because of how protective it is. But let me slow it down for you. It's really quite easy to do. All you have to do is place a ramp and then swing walls up and place another ramp on top. You could place the 2 ramps first and then swing the walls to protect your sides. This will block your top early if you place that top wall first. But practice doing this from both sides. You want to get comfortable doing it from the left and from the right. And once you have this down, you can go over to the drill, but I want to show you one extra thing you need to know with this retake. You can also edit out the sides. If you
Alright, let me see. always see Clicks do this retake where he goes like this. He goes, or it's just 90s, but he jumps up that way. I think he doesn't place this. He places ramps and then, you see. So he goes 90, 90, bruh. It's different. He goes 90. Oh, right there, like that. He goes like that. Oh, what? Clicks, you dog. Alrighty. Solidified in my little lie. Solidified in my little thigh. Never I, but that Uji mine. Alright, let's get this shit. Let's get this shit. Come on then. Come on then. Bring it on. That shit's sick. Those are cool skins. This one's the best. Okay. I didn't hear any other gliders. People don't like Lucky, I guess. It's a good fucking landing. See what I did there? Pop this out real quick. Pop this out real quick, real quick. Jinky. Jink. Jink. seen it there in like a couple games. Whoosh. Any shotguns? Shotgun by chance. Take a look. Blue tack. Hold on. Someone was here. No way. They mined it. They looted the house too. He stole my bush. What a little clinker. A little cephalopod. up there. I don't think there's anything on it. Ski lift. Yeah, there's a chest over there, but. Blue pump. Blue pump. Oh. Last chance. Oh. Blue pump. No blue pump. Maybe blue pump up here. Oh, watch this. Watch this, chat. Cheat code. Good sack. I don't do good with attack. Damn. Nobody. Heh. Blue pump up here. Damn. Looted. Oh, person in a hamster ball. Yes. Lupin. I have a great spot. All I gotta do is blunk for anyone that comes in. Come on. The basement feels nice. Trust me. Of course he had a bush. Yeah. 1% up. Bruh's got controller drift. Sugar sweet like candy, darling. Bro thinks he's polarized. Sugar sweet like candy. Dude, that drum shotgun is broken. It's so broken, dude. I love the game. Love the game, love the game. I love this game. You should have just kept the drum gun. Drum shotgun. Sugar sweet like candy, but dun-dun-dun. Guide us with us one another. Drop a wine. From that distance. Really, bruh. I'm just not in the right mindset.